leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick, was chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives Live. I am in. I got Mary Kennedy from out there outside of LA. She'll tell you where she is. I am in Belmore next to my Greek neighbors in my daughter's bedroom. I've been relegated to the bedroom upstairs. All her college stuff because she's home from college. You see, I set the backdrop, but we can't even see it. It's high enough. So that's where I am. I'm in my daughter's bedroom. It's a mess. She'd kill me if she knew I was in here. She went out for what we call around here a zombie walk right now.
Yeah.
So she's out walking with the dog, and my other daughter, who's isolated, so she's walking on the other side of the street from her. Very interesting. But yeah, we have Mary Kennedy on from Shameless and many other projects. Mary, what is your second big thing other than Shameless? Because Shameless is your biggest, right?
Shameless is my biggest break. I would say, well, ER was my first gig. I played a cop for 2 episodes.
On what? On ER?
On ER, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Season 12. And then my other big one is I recur as a sketch artist on Conan.
Oh, that's right. I was on ER, but nobody believes me. I would play the dead guy 4 times underneath the cover, but still nobody believes. That's like when I worked in Manhattan. This is true. When I worked in Manhattan as a fireman, I was in hazmat, and I used to wear sometimes what people call the moon suits, the big encapsulating suits.
Right.
And I was on the front page of the paper numerous times, and I'd say to people, "That's me," and they'd go, "Yeah, sure it is." So I just stopped telling people. You know, it was like, why? They're not going to believe me.
Well, Shameless was the first job that I actually had a stand-in. And what was weird is that the stand-in was a taller version of me, and she was great. And it was so funny because this was one of my first big breaks, and they said stand-ins to set, and I showed up. They're like, "You're not the stand-in, Mary. You're new Fiona. Like, go back to your dressing room." And I was like...
That's kind of interesting, Mary. So why do you need a stand-in? For lighting stuff and...
Yeah, so basically, as soon as actors, and this is, I also run a professional acting program called the Biz Studio and Youth Acting Biz for adults and kids. And I'm running East Coast classes too. We can talk about that. But what happens is, as soon as an actor is called to set, they're on a clock, right? They're on a clock. So every time they hit the set and they're working their stuff, you're on the clock basically. So they would rather us utilize our energy with the lines and getting the lines right than sitting there and being lit. So the stand-ins come in, they get lit, they get blocked, they're dressed exactly like we are, and it saves production time, and it saves the actor time. And it's it sounds so like luxurious, but I've been on the other side too, and for lighting, it's so good to have somebody who knows what they're doing, versus an actor who kind of doesn't know what,
All right, let's see who Linda is, because let's see. No, I'm curious, because if that's my sister, she doesn't know how to tell time. So let's see.
Are we interviewing Linda today?
Just like the rest of us tonight. Here it's a little crazy right now. It's a serious situation. We try to bring some levity here as comics, and that's important because I remember after 9/11 when I started laughing. Oh wow, was why are you calling it now? You're supposed to call it at 8:50. Do you know you're live, Linda Brady? Oh, this is hello, Linda Brady.
Gives me a
Look at her. She's laying on the couch. You're not Linda. Linda? She doesn't realize she's there. You're supposed to be watching, but you're on. You're on right now. All right, let's leave it for a second. Let's leave. Maybe she'll fall asleep. But here she's connecting to audio. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens now. Connecting to audio. This is, I love doing this stuff because this is what happens. And this is fun. Audio connecting to audio. All right. So anywho, so we're trying to bring a little levity in, and you're going to be part of our big extravaganza, our Zoomathon on Saturday night.
I'm so excited. I think
hopefully we don't have my sister laying on the couch as one of the guests, but we have 95% stand-up, 80% stand-up comics, maybe 80. We have a few singers. We have some testimonials from a nurse, an X-ray tech, who are on the front lines. And the whole idea of this is simple. We want to try to help. Now, this is a huge event. What difference is Little After Saves Lives going to make? Well, we're going to make a little bit of a difference. And if everybody makes a little bit of a difference, it's going to make a difference. Especially, staying off the streets and doing all the things they're telling us to do. So we've already ordered 2,095s from China through Ohio.
Oh, wow.
A reputable vendor. But what's interesting is they're K95s. So K95s are the China version of the N95.
So what are they exactly? They're not the masks that we're supposed to be wearing to the shopping. Right, what are they?
The N95s, it's so funny because I've been teaching this stuff for years, different levels of protection. My sister still doesn't know she's on right now and being viewed, which is hysterical. I hope she stays there the whole time. Do you know you're on? Do you realize you're on? You said, well, get off the screen. You're supposed to be on at 8:50. This is a professional operation. Bring your father back. Bring my daddy back at 8:50, all right? All right. So an N95 basically, it filters out 95% of the particulates. That's what the 95 stands for.
Oh, okay.
There's actually an N99, and when you get to higher levels of protection than that, I don't want to bore everybody, but you're wearing a powered air purifying respirator, which is basically a respirator that's pushing the air in. It's like positive pressure. So if anything would come in, it would push it out. And then you have what the firemen wear, is an SCBA, right? A self-contained breathing apparatus. So an N95 is a higher level of protection than the actual the patient mask.
Right, I got it. Okay.
What people call, I think they call them surgeon masks. What do they call them? So the N95 is supposed to be worn by hospital workers to protect themselves, right?
Yeah.
So we ordered them, and we want to give them. She's still on the screen. Would you, Bobby? Can we dump her for now? Can we get her off the screen and come back later? Does she have any idea? You're on the screen.
Now she's taking a selfie.
So,
Linda. Right now, what is she doing? She's going. What is she doing? She's going to feed the cat. Ah, yay!
Yeah. So we're ordering 2,000 of these, and that's a drop in the bucket, really. You know, we also got some care packages that we sent to hospitals and nursing homes, people that we know work there, emergency department in Brooklyn, one of our friends worked that's been on the show. She's getting nailed there. So we figured some of them aren't going to get a chance to eat. So send some healthy bars, granola bars, stuff like that. So we've laid out over $6,000 so far out of the foundation.
Amazing.
So, but here's what's so cool, Mary. The Zoomathon is on Saturday. But I started mentioning this on Facebook and putting it out and looking for sponsors. We've already raised easily over $5,500.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool for a little foundation that could. And if we could double that on Saturday, then we can put in another order of N95s, you know?
Well, and what is the link? What is the link for people if they want to watch and donate? Where do they go on Saturday?
That's a good question. They can go to donate right to, I was going to say Strong Island, right to laughtersaveslives.org. Laughtersaveslives.org. Open the page. There's a donate button. Bada bing. You can pay by PayPal or credit card right there. And what's cool about that is I can see those donations come in immediately. Right? I get an email. Right. So on Saturday, we're going to have a tote board. We're going to do like the old Jerry Lewis telethon where we're going to know where we're at.
That's great.
And have some fun with that. I'm looking to get a Jerry Lewis impersonator on. He's having problems with the Zoom. You know, he's
yeah.
People are having problems with the Zoom, so I'm trying to talk them through it tomorrow. It's so funny now. Like comics go, I don't have a camera, I don't have a laptop.
Right.
I'm like, really? You know?
Right. Let me turn down my sound so we don't hear other things.
We lost Mary.
Okay. No, I'm here. I'm making it more professional. I turned down the exterior sound. So it's only you, John.
So
only
tell
you.
us, now you live where, Mary? And could you give us your address and what room you sleep in?
Nice. No, I live in a little suburb called Van Nuys. It is a city in San Fernando Valley. But it's close to all the studios. It's close to the highways. But you know, it's a little suburby over here, and every single day from LA County, we get texts on our phone and through our neighborhood watch. It's called Nextdoor, saying that we should be sheltering in place. We shouldn't be going to the grocery store. You know, there's people offering to get groceries for the elderly. And so every day, and we have this sort of tracker of how many people are affected. And LA County is pretty, you know, it's been affected. I mean,
I would think, well, LA City, I guess, is what you call that. You know, it would really be affected. And people have been going back and forth to LA and New York a lot. So if we're affected out here, they're going to be affected out there.
Yeah, Los Angeles. And, you know, and Ventura County, which is a little north, Oxnard. I mean, it's a little less. But where California was really hit was the San Francisco, Santa Clara, you know, that's where they were really hit. But, you know, we're just following the protocol. I mean, I know you're going to have a teacher on. As a parent, you know, every single day we've been asked to do homeschooling. And, you know, the first week was kind of cute. It was like, all right, kids, let's get up. And now, you know, my kids aren't even getting up. So, I mean, they're doing their work, but they're up until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. They're teens. So it's, you know, the teachers do a lot, but the teachers also have to take care of their kids too.
Sure.
I think, so it's been interesting. But, you know, what's been really great out here, Floppers Comedy Club actually has opened up like a little grocery store, and they're doing takeout delivery.
Oh, nice.
And they're, you know, so they're keeping a lot of their restaurant staff employed, and we're doing virtual Zooms all the time, comedy, professional shows. So, you know, the other comedy clubs have closed, you know, and by mandate.
Wait, Mary, explain that. What are they doing? What kind of shows are they doing?
They're doing Zoom shows, virtual Zooms.
Oh, like we're going to do on Saturday?
Yeah, comedy shows. But, you know, like Brian Kiley from Conan did one, Karen Rantowski did one.
Oh, I see. So they're in the club. They're in the club on the stage.
No.
Oh, no.
They're at home. They're at home, and we all go to a site, and they've been really technically savvy. And what's kind of fun is, you know, I think there will be a portion of performing that's virtual after this. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. We actually did. I'm editing it. We actually did a driveway comedy show where I had comics stay in the car. I started the show in my car and in my driveway. And I said, we're going to do the show, first act up. And then I pulled out, and the next comic pulled into my driveway, rolled down the window. I had a mic in my driveway. It was just a prop. And they did a set, and they backed up. The next comic came in.
Love it.
So.
Yeah. I mean,
but where is it? We're waiting for it. We're waiting to see it.
Why? Do you understand that you're not supposed to be on yet?
What do you? Oh, is that why you said 8:50?
Yes. You're actually on the show. You're on the show right now.
I thought it was a misprint.
No, you're supposed to come in at like 8:45 with my father.
Oh, with your father. What about? Can I bring my father?
Yes, you can bring your father too.
Good.
Unless you lost him. So cool.
That's the same father, right?
Yes.
Same one, yeah. Is that why you dumped me 5 minutes ago?
Where is he now? Is he down by the lake? Where is he?
No, he's right here.
Let's see him. We'll bring him on now. We'll bring him on. Let's see. So my father lives in Queens. There he is.
Oh, hello. There's Dad.
Giovanni!
Hey,
Giovanni!
am I on a show?
No. You're on the couch.
I know, but what, you put me on a show? It's about
No.
Big star on air.
So Giovanni lives in Queens, And he got up there just in time. About 2 weeks ago, we got him out of town. So he's up in the Poconos, in the woods with my sisters. They both live up there. And
nice.
And here's the thing: I don't. He's staying up there. My sister doesn't know yet, but he called me today. He's moving in. They're taking very good care of him, and he likes it.
That's great.
So
That's good.
Your stuff is coming up next week. I got a truck.
Better be with the Hobie.
Yes, with the boat. So everything good up there? Everybody healthy?
Yeah, I'm writing a book
Yeah, I know. You've been telling me you're going to write this book for a while. What is the book about?
about me and my life.
Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah, I'm up to my luncheonette.
that's about 60 years ago, 55 years ago. You'd be writing a lot in that car up there. All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Oh, okay, John. Thank you.
I'll see
All
you
right,
at
so,
age 50.
What's that?
I'll see you at age 50.
Yeah, all right. All right. So the truck is coming up next week.
You're so funny.
The truck is coming up next week, and I'll see you for
You're saying
Christmas.
truck, right?
Yes.
I thought you said something else.
Oh
I thought
no.
I thought you were coming up.
Do you
Well,
wanna-
it's a truck. Oh,
Hey.
all right.
Hey,
I
you
thought
want to
you-
tell one joke?
I can tell a joke.
Yeah, tell the one good one you know. Tell one joke and not a dirty one.
It's not a dirty joke. The poor my daughter's a dentist, and she said the woman came in the office and she had a bad tooth.
Right.
So her dentist told her to sit on a chair.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta pull a tooth.
Right.
So she said, I'd rather have a baby. He says, make up your mind. I gotta adjust the chair.
There we go. Bada bing. All right, Giovanni. All right, we'll talk
Who's
to you
this
later.
young lady? Who's this young?
Hello.
That's Mary
Hello,
Kennedy
guys.
from California.
Yes,
Oh.
and I lost you, I think. That's okay. Hold on, here I
still
am.
see you. We still see
Yeah, I'm
you.
back.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm off.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks. See you later. Hopefully she knows how to sign out now. Let's see. We could be walking
you're
around
so
like this
funny.
for an hour.
No, I don't.
So get on. Leave the meeting.
Bobby, Bobby can knock her out, I think. All right. Whoa.
Adorable. How old, are you okay to say how old your dad is?
Yes, I wish I knew. He's 80. That's a good question. 85, 86. He used to own a luncheonette in Middle Village, Queens.
Really?
Back in the day. And after school, like all the kids would come in and line up for egg creams. And my grandmother used to sit by the front door, little old Italian lady. And every day there was a different special. So they'd have the regular burgers and sandwiches. And then, one day was the meatballs and pasta. And another day was this and that. And then she would sit on the bench the whole day. And as people would walk in the store, she'd, hey, good morning. Julie, how you doing? And my grandmother could say anything. And nobody would get insulted. Like, Mary would come walking in the store. Well, not Mary. Say, Julie. Julie would come walking in the store. She said, Julie, you're looking so fat today. And oh, my, she was the best. She was the best. And picture this, Mary, working, being a kid, and your relatives, parents, my father, owned a luncheonette with a big candy stand in the front. So I'd walk in, and Grandma would go, Johnny, you go in the kitchen. I got some meatballs back there, right? If the Department of Health ever knew, I would be on a stool with a fork in the thing that they're going to serve, right? I'm eating the meatballs. And then I go out, and before I leave, she'd say, Johnny, take us some candy. Whatever you want, take us some candy. Is it anything better than that as a kid?
No, it's great. I know. My grandmother was a pastry chef, and we lived with her. And so we'd come home from school, and there'd be like little pecan pies for dessert, and like homemade cookies and I mean, it was amazing. And so I get it. It's great.
My
you're
grandfather.
lucky.
Let me just see. I just want to see what Donna's doing here. Hey, Johnny, that's you, Donna. Nothing's happening yet. She's so funny. She's got to make it happen. She's got to make it happen. Bobby, do you see Donna in the waiting room? Do you have a waiting room?
No, I don't. I don't see her.
So she's probably gone.
I don't want to keep,
I
don't want to keep playing with the program.
She's a 5th grade teacher. She should pick this up. She's going to do it. There she is. I told her she would do it. There she is. Wait, she's connecting to audio. Connecting and...
Am I there?
You're here, sweetheart. Yay.
Oh, wow.
Well, listen, your cousin signed in like 50 minutes early because I was going to talk to my dad and just had her big face there just looking at us, not doing anything. And we kept saying, you're on. And so finally we got my father on and he told one dirty joke. We got rid of him.
No, actually, I did get to see that. I was hoping Linda would stay on. It was fun. But I saw that. I didn't feel so stupid because she didn't.
Last week, Mary was on, and we basically wanted to have fun last week, but we had, I think, 8 people on at once.
Yep.
And I wanted that last week. I just wanted to have some fun with the Zoom. Because we're getting used to the Zoom.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Donna is on. Donna Griffenkranz. Donna's mother is my father's sister.
Oh, how cool.
Aunt Terry. And my dad is missing his sister being up in the Poconos, and I'm sure she's missing him because they're like frickin' frack.
Yeah.
He's over there all the time. So, it's tough. It's tough on the kids, and we have to talk to Donna about, I took the little guy down the park the other day just to get him to run in Eisenhower Park. There was nobody around. And he's like, Grandbabs, let's go to the park. They're doing they're fixing it. Let's go to the pizzeria. Can we sit in the pizzeria? No, the guy's got to throw the pie out the door to us. Stay in the car. It's like...
It's tough.
Such a different world. Yeah.
And then I bought him Carvel, and I always put him in the back of the car, but he wanted a cone. And I'm an idiot. My sister's like, why did you get him a cone? Like, get him a cup. So he's sitting back there. All the sprinkles are dripping in the back of my car or on the floor. It was a mess. It was a mess. But anyway, Donna, my cousin.
Yes.
She's my youngest cousin.
No, I am not.
I was trying to give you a compliment.
Thank you. Yes. No, I'm the oldest.
And she teaches 5th grade, but I tell you, she's awesome. When did you go to school to teach? Can I ask at what age? Is that too personal?
No, you could ask me. I had gone to college for art history when I was younger, straight out of high school. And then instead of doing anything with that, I had my children. And then around the age of 36, I went back to get my master's and I started teaching at 38.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Great.
Best thing I ever did.
Yeah, and I'm sure the kids think that. So the reason he wanted you on is, I'm looking at it from the other perspective. I have a college student who's working from home.
Right.
I'm in her room right now. I'm in the Binghamton dorm. This is her new dorm, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if you saw my video the other day, but she comes to me. What's today? She comes to me Monday, and she says, "Spring break starts today." So she's sitting on Vincent's swing in the yard, and I go, "Hey, what are you doing for spring break?" And she's just like swinging, and she goes, "Swinging." She's great. I have to tell you, she is awesome. She's cooking, she's cleaning, she's doing the work. She's freaking awesome. And the boyfriend can't come over, and she's great. But let's get back to Donna. Here. So tell us what it's like. I think you just started doing online classes, right?
Yes. Well, as soon as this started, the district tried to get us to do things, set things up for all the kids. Then they kind of narrowed it down, and officially we started yesterday, where now it's, whatever we're putting out there now is getting graded. The kids have to, account for the work every day. So it's a little more official since yesterday. So everybody's, kind of on board now. The hardest thing, of course, is that we don't actually, we could see the kids, but we really just miss them and they miss us. And but it's becoming a little bit more routine. So I thought I was going to have a hard time with it, but it's becoming easier each day. So you're
using Zoom?
No, actually, we were told not to use Zoom. We're using Google Hangouts.
Oh, because there was a problem with Zoom with the
Yes,
kids, right?
there's a concern with Zoom. So no, I haven't done Zoom with the kids yet. So
Is that why they added the password like the other day?
I think so. I think because there have been some suspicious activity. So yeah, I think so. So we were told to avoid Zoom right now.
Now, Mary, you have some experience with teaching, right?
Right. So I run Youth Acting Biz in the Biz Studio here in Los Angeles for acting kids, but I also bring my program into LAUSD as well. And I'm a parent. I'm an LAUSD parent, and my kids, when school shut down basically on the 13th of March, I thought as a parent, and I should in a way known better because there's such a planning that goes around with it, and everybody has to be on the same page.
Yes.
I thought we'd see the teachers every period at 20 minutes a period, but no. And so my kids were getting stuff on the Schoolology that we have out here, and they have to finish everything by 11:59, and they have quizzes on Fridays.
Wow.
And this week they're on spring break. And you know what's interesting? My son, who's 11, he's also autistic. He looked at me and goes, "I'm so grateful that I can just chill out. Last week was stressful.
Yeah.
There's such a learning curve." And so he's, resting now. But it's interesting. My daughter, who is an artist, she's going to art high school next year. This homeschool has been amazing for her. Her grades are better. And my son needs structure, and he misses his teacher so much. And he's younger. He's 2 years younger. But it's just interesting to see the different learners in my house,
Yeah, well, even with us as teachers, everybody's going about it differently. Some of them were very stressed. Some of them were doing a lot more. Others were trying to just take it a little at a time. But I think what we've learned as far as the district is to go slower as opposed to just trying to immerse in everything. But it's different everywhere. My grandson is in the Philadelphia schools, in a charter school, and he's been inundated every day with projects and packets and book reports.
Really? Jeez.
It's intense. And whereas we're not doing that, we're trying to give them a little more lenience so that they get adjusted. I'm just happy if they can sign on, get something accomplished, and communicate. And that's pretty much where we are right now. And then we're going to start doing the interaction like this that we're doing here with Zoom, but we'll be doing it with Google Hangouts. And it'll be interesting because there's 21 kids in a class. So how we're going to do that is going to be
You can see them all? You can see them all on the screen?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
You see all 21 on the screen?
That's what we're hoping. And we hope that what they'll do is understand how to use the mic, when to turn it off, because that's where and making sure mom and dad know that we're going into their homes, so mom and dad are prepared.
Well, I don't know if you saw what I just did. I went Facebook Live before the show. Sometimes I'll do that and say, "Hey, we're going to be on," and I thought it didn't take. And my sister called me and said, "You've been on live for 10 minutes." And I go, "Oh my God, I didn't know that."
I know.
With Olivia, with the college stuff, which I thought was surprising. Some colleges gave them a week off to move home, go back home, whatever. They never stopped their work. Like, I went up there to pick her up, and she was still working, doing, I thought they should have given them spring break early or something to adjust,
Right. Well, what we're doing in our district is they're doing Monday through Thursday is the school week, and Friday is their day off. So, but some teachers said they worked hard in the last few weeks than they did all year with trying to get this all organized. So it's a learning experience right now. So.
I registered, Mary, for real estate school 2 months ago. And I said, my plan was, because I teach all over the country, my plan was over the next 2 to 3 years, transition a little more and make some money on the real estate. I mean, I know so many people, so just by osmosis, I'm hoping that I'll make some money doing it. And transition so I could concentrate more on the foundation and what I'm doing here. So the school obviously wasn't going to give classes, and they went online. So I've been taking the real estate classes almost every day. I may finish the course and never go to the classroom. I would have to drive to Levittown every day, drive back, probably went out to the restaurant afterwards almost every day after class, had something to eat or whatever. So this is, convenient for me right now, so I'm hoping that I can finish the whole course before they go back live.
Well, I think what's going to happen, John, this is my gut, is that now that we're all put in this situation, I think many of us are going to start to see that this is more of the future, that it's going to be more and more of this. But again, like kids like your son, Mary, that you need the structure and the continuity and connections. That's going to be a whole other thing. But I think we're going to see more and more of this. So we're going to have to adapt and adjust to it. But I just miss the interaction, live interaction.
Well, you're talking. Go ahead, Mary.
Are you thinking that we're going to be in online learning forever? We're going to come back to the schools.
Oh, I think
maybe more online learning.
I think there's going to be more and more and more of this. I think we're going to see a lot of, with the virtual reality glasses. Have you seen those where kids do that? There's going to be so much more of that. I'm not saying I'm all excited about it because I'm old school, but just this last week or two, I've started to get accustomed to doing this. So I'm thinking if somebody my age can get accustomed, imagine the young teachers and the younger kids, what it's going to be like. Or like your daughter, Olivia, doing what she's doing. It's just going to be a different way of thinking about it. I think we have to start being open to that things are going to change. And I think that's what's going to happen.
Even with the real estate school, I think that something like that for people who have a full-time job and want to study that, this is awesome because you could come home, eat your sausage and peppers and take the class. I mean, but he's claiming, the instructor, that he doesn't see us. I hope so. I hope so. Because what I do is he'll tell like a story. So he'll give highlight this, and then he'll go into a story. I'll stand up with my weights and I'm punching with my weights. I'm walking in place. And then I'll say, highlight this. I'll sit down again. So by the time the 4 hours is up, I have about 8,000 steps, So I like it. I like it for me, but I teach also, as you guys both know, and I enjoy I teach firemen and cops. It's almost like teaching fifth graders when you teach firemen and cops. Pretty much the same thing. And I like that interaction. I like running around the classroom and laughing and teaching, and it's so.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like that personal connection.
I love it.
And as much as we miss them, they miss us too. So it's tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And with the online acting classes in LA, I mean, and this is also an LA thing because people in LA don't go out if it's raining, FYI. And I'm originally from Boston, and it's ridiculous. But my online acting class for Los Angeles people is sold out. They love it. They love that they don't have to leave the house. I mean, I know we're in an issue, but I'm saying it'll be interesting because my artist in residence, Paul Jasek, we say we're going to probably have to offer an online component because, people don't really like other people in person.
Well, and you know what, Mary? Some people do, and some people don't. So it's just another way that you can make a few bucks by offering an online class. Look at my wife. My wife is a lactation consultant. Okay.
Right.
So she's not tech savvy at all. So we want to set up a website so she can do virtual classes and virtual one-on-ones with people. So she says, well, who's going to want to do that? I said, you'd be surprised with your reputation if Julie, sister, lives in LA and she goes, I got this great lactation consultant, do an online session with her. She can make a few bucks to do it. I think people would do that. We want to set up a website. Hold on 1 second, Geoff.
And here's the thing, and I raised my hand for who wants a lactation consultant. I'm 47. I'm not having a baby. But when my babies were small, there's nothing worse when after you've given birth and you're alone in your house.
Yeah.
Your kids not feeding. It's nice to have somebody pop in and go, I'm here. I just think it's interesting. I raised my hand for who wants a lactation consultant. I'm 47.
All right. Anybody, hold on 1 second, Mary. If anybody has their computer on and the show playing in the background, we can hear it. Donna, I'm going to thank you and let you go. All right.
Welcome.
Thank you, Donna.
I love when people say on the phone, hey, I'll let you go. It means I'm done with you. So I don't mean it that way.
Yeah.
Because I love you. But thank you for taking the time.
Mary. Thank you, John.
Donna.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Tell your dad and your sister I said hi. I did see them earlier, but tell them I said hi.
All right.
All right.
They're
Take
watching.
care.
They're watching.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was
you,
my
Donna.
cousin Donna, 5th grade teacher. We call it upstate New York from down here. Geoff, I'm going to ask you to hang in there. Just going to do a quick interview with my FDNY buddy here, Matt Nelson. Matt, thanks for taking the time. I know you're exhausted.
That's all right, man. Glad to be here. How's everything going your way?
Yeah, everything's fine with us out here. I called one of the guys the other day and I said, hey, what can the retired guys do? And they said, stay away. Stay away. They don't want to get us sick. We don't want to get you sick.
I'm on.
Who's that? What's going on?
All right, sorry. That's my daughters who just interrupted me.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, girls.
Of course, they're not in here the whole day. And then as soon as I'm on the phone, they jump in.
Of course, that's always the way.
Beautiful girls.
Hey, Maddie.
Hold on. And now she lowers the volume.
Go ahead. You good?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you don't have to tell us exactly where you work. What borough are you in?
I'm in the borough of Brooklyn. I'm a chief battalion commander in the 3-3 Battalion, Kings Highway, East 14th, Midwood, Brooklyn.
Now, listen, I worked with Matt Nelson as a firefighter, and Matt studied, and I didn't. So Matt's a chief, and I ended up being a fireman. But that's okay. That's okay.
We're both having fun.
So, Maddie, tell us, what are the conditions out there? What is it like being in the middle of this thing as a firefighter?
I tell you, it's like we've been here before. 9/11 obviously was testing our skills and our limits. It's similar to that. I think this is like the EMS, doctors, nurses, 9/11. It's their time to shine, and they're doing a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little depressing going to work. I mean, in my battalion, I have 4 engine companies, and they're responding to probably 8 CPR deaths in a 24-hour period.
Wow.
And if you're listening to the radio in Brooklyn, it's called 1099. They're out of service for half an hour doing CPR or attempting CPR. It's in the borough 50 during the day tour, 50 at night, the whole borough. And a lot of crazy things, suicides, jumpers. It's really getting to people. It's depressing for some of the engine guys. I just hope they can hold on.
Yeah, God. And what would a normal night be with CPR?
You go 3 days without doing it once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every company's doing 2 to 3 each.
See, you're not hearing much about that. You're hearing more about what's going on in the hospitals, and you should be, but you're not hearing much about what these guys, these EMS, FD&Y guys are doing out there day in and day out.
No, this is before it goes to the hospital. They kind of changed the regulations now where if you don't have a shockable rhythm for 20 minutes or if there's nothing when you get there, you don't even start.
I heard that.
Yeah, they don't want, but they have to waste time. I don't say waste time, that they have to spend time on, and they're really pushing it towards viable candidates there, cutting out.
Matt, Mary is out in LA. She's an actress. She's from Boston. You have any questions for Matt?
Well, I think out in Los Angeles, I mean, we are not, like, I lived in New York for 6 years and I'm from Boston. We aren't a community where you're talking to your neighbors anyway. I have the Citizen app, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff, and we're right down the street from a fire station. I will say, because it's so quiet, because everybody's safe at home and in shelter in place, I'm hearing that fire truck go every 20 minutes somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with how they run their responses, whether it's engines, ladders, CPR, but it's if it hasn't gotten there yet, I heard California is not as busy yet, I guess because of the warm temperatures. I don't know if it helps kill the virus.
No, LA County's been hit, but what I'm saying is you hear those fire engines go every 20 minutes, more than before, and a lot of what we're seeing here is we are seeing homeless. We have a huge homeless problem. We're seeing the homeless, walking down the street with knives. You see them hitting cars. There's a lot of violence that I see on the Citizen app. And the first responders for that are the EMTs. Yeah. It's not necessarily the cops if there's possible danger.
And it's taking away valuable resources that really have to be used other places. That's been going on for quite a while. That's a political issue we can't even delve into here.
Yeah, no, I agree. But but that's what we've been noticing. But I've been hearing those fire engines and just, it's been hard. And I know that a lot of our guys are calling in sick, cops, firemen. They're actually been affected. So thank you for your service. It's really wonderful.
Pleasure. You know, it's a little bit of my respite when I go to work. At home, it's every day is Groundhog Day, and you're home with the wife and kids. Like you go to work and you get with these, and you're working with the same 13 guys every 4 days now, and it's going to be every 3 days when we start dropping manpower. And one guy cuts your hair, and it's so bad, but it's so bad. We're all in it together. It's kind of, we get through it.
Right. What did they change the schedule?
It's A, B, C, D tours, kind of like after 9/11. We did that situation. You're 24 hours on, 72 off, 24 on. And as we're losing guys, they're going to possibly go to an A, B, C schedule, 24 on, 48 off.
Yeah. That's what we did. That's what Hazmat did for a while after 9/11, ABC.
Yeah. I mean, we did that. And then when you're B and C, if you were A, you were actually volunteering down there digging. So there was no.
Well, listen, maybe are you working Saturday night?
No, I'm working. What's? I don't even know what day this is. It's like the 8th day of the week. Every day. It's like not a weekend, not a weekday. Tuesday. Forget about knowing the number. I don't even know the day. I'm working Thursday, and then that would be Sunday. No, Monday.
All right. I'm going to talk to you over the next few days. Maybe we'll have you call back in for the telethon. And also, I want to talk to you about what we can do for you guys in your battalion, if it's buy a meal, whatever you think.
And that's not necessary, but it's appreciated. It really pumps the guys up. There's little things like that really mean a lot. I mean, I know you worked on 11, driving down the West Side Highway and watching the sun. I'm getting chills right now. Watching the signs and the people applaud and playing music as you're going there really brought your spirits up.
Yeah, you're right. Well, thanks for taking the time, Matt.
You got it, guys. Love you. Stay safe out there, please. And
all right, Matty.
Speak to you next week, Johnny.
Battalion Chief from the FDNY, Matt Nelson. One of our heroes out there on the front line right now doing his thing. Let's bring in Geoff Kole, and then we'll bring in Mr. Met down there. Wants to talk a little baseball. Why not?
Gotta let you go.
Thanks, Matty.
Bye-bye.
Jeff, hello, my friend. Thank you for holding.
You're welcome, John. Can you hear me?
What kind of microphone do you have, Jeff?
Is this thing on?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
What is it, a match game? A match game microphone? Hey, Jeff, did I tell you I was on Match Game?
No. Please share.
It still hasn't aired. I'm not allowed to say how much I won, $2,500. It still hasn't aired.
You're not allowed to discuss things. A lot of that going around.
Can't discuss that I struck Alec Baldwin by accident. I can't talk about any of this.
Well, you can share privately offline with me if you like.
Geoff Kole is an interesting fellow. You see, he has a bike in the background.
Yeah, this is a paratrooper bike that's for sale, $325, Montauk, aluminum, lightweight. You can jump out of an airplane with this bike. It won't crack your parachute, and you can get busy once you hit the ground.
No, you could jump out of an airplane with that bike.
Is that only for sale for $325?
Not bad, right?
Well, John, it's Santo. Hello, buddy. It's a 2008. It's a vintage bike in amazing shape. I even repainted the front fork in this apartment.
Mary, he makes all kinds of funky bikes, though.
I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So, Jeff,
I want to share with you guys the perspective of a psychopath. That's my shop name. I am the psychopath. And I am in the Urban Dictionary as the psychopath.
Okay.
Right? So I went to Medford. One day, within the last week, I had 3 bikes to look at, and I chose the worst one, of course. I go to a 7-Eleven in Medford. Medford, for those of you from Long Island. Medford, we don't pronounce stuff. Nobody was wearing a mask. 3 employees in a 7-Eleven standing right next to each other. I could have done a Three Stooges slap with them. No, people in Medford and Suffolk County, forgive me, I love Long Island. I grew up in Dix Hills. You do not get it. There is a virus out there. Now, I'm healthy. I wear a mask. I'm not afraid. I'm a substitute school teacher. I work in New York City. I take subways. I'm not going to hide under a rock, but I'm wearing a mask. So get a mask, you people.
And you're keeping your distance.
Well, the best I can. It's impossible sometimes.
Well, where you are, and in where I am here, and where John is, if we went for a walk, we can keep 6 feet away. People will walk in the street. We'll do that, and I understand why they want everybody to wear a mask because it's not like that everywhere. And you can't say, well, in Belmore you don't have to wear a mask, but in Brooklyn you do. So I get it, but I'm not going to walk on the boardwalk if everybody's on top of each other. But if I go 6 a.m, there's nobody there.
And John, apparently at 7-Eleven in Medford, you don't have to wear a mask.
Oh, just the 7.
I think, Geoff, it's good to see you, by the way. I think there's anyway, in Los Angeles, there's this weird misconception because I had a woman behind me, because we're waiting in lines to go into the grocery store. They're only allowing 5 of us in, and then they stagger it. And I had a woman that was mad at me for wearing a mask and gloves. She thought I was promoting the hype. I was like, I'm saving your life. I don't have it.
Yeah, I'm not promoting the hype. I'm being cool, but I'm not taking any chances. I know
I agree.
I'm part of the group that, God forbid, could get sick and die, but I don't want to infect somebody who could. And another thing,
exactly.
I'm not afraid to use cash. People are losing their mind. They want to put away their cash, and maybe the top 1% of the wealthy bankers love that. One world currency, but I am resisting. Cash is good. Do not put your cash away.
Well, I've been taking cash. I have people put it in a plastic bag, and then I spray bleach in there, rub it around, and I take it out.
Wait,
so you're money laundering.
You rub it around and then take it out?
No, not really.
Are we talking about cash, John?
Let's ask Santo. Santo's on here. Hello, John.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. What do you think? What do you think of what Geoff is saying? How's your spacing out there at the big town of Massapequa?
I think what Geoff is saying is right. I think what Mary's doing is right. When I go out, I have a hoodie, and I have my goggles, and I have a mask, and I have my gloves on, and I take everything off, and I put it in the car, so I don't throw it on the ground, and because it's just as infected as my groceries. And I just throw it all out and wipe everything down and spray it when I get home.
Gloves? He's got an N95 there, Geoff.
Yeah, and I bought it by accident 3 years ago. I was doing some work. I never really used them, and now I've got 3 masks. I gave one to my one of my guys, bike shop guys.
Nice.
So now I have 2, and I keep them clean, and I always use them.
Yep, I bought them back in this. As soon as this thing broke in China, I bought N95s.
Oh, really?
Yep. I was right on top of it.
He's so smart, John, though. He's so smart with all this stuff. Geoff, are you a baseball fan?
I am, but not like Mr. Santos. I don't have a Max backdrop.
Well,
no, that's Zoom. That's a picture on my camera.
You got to show me how to do that, buddy. Mr. Santos N95 is a Mets N95.
No, I wish.
He has surgical gloves, Mets surgical gloves. And you know what John's going to tell us? John's going to talk about something. I was thinking about this to talk to Mary today. We didn't even get to it. I was thinking, let's complain about stuff like we used to do that. It really isn't important, but kind of feels good. Well, on the other end of the scale, would be nice to watch a baseball game.
I agree.
And yes. John is up to date on this because I haven't been following it that much. John, tell us what baseball is thinking of doing.
Well, I have 2 pieces of good news. The first good news is right now, as we speak, on YouTube and Twitter, the Mets are playing the Houston Astros on MLB The Show, which is a video game. And the actual Mets announcers, Gary, Keith, and Ron, are narrating that game live in real time.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. I was just watching it a little bit with my son.
That's
Gary Cohen, Ron Darling, and Keith Hernandez are actually narrating the game in real time. As it's like a simulated game on the video game. So go watch that on YouTube, on SNY's YouTube or the Twitter when we're done here. Now, in terms of real baseball coming back, the plan that seems to be the most viable is that the games are going to be played without fans in Arizona. And what they're going to do is they're going to play at the Arizona Diamondback Stadium and the spring training facilities of the 15 Cactus League teams that are in the area. And they're all pretty close. This is the tentative plan, subject to change.
And explain to Mary and Geoff that the Cactus League, unlike the Florida League, right, where
the
they do
Grapefruit
spring
League,
training, Mary, you know how the teams work out in spring training?
Yeah.
They're very spread out. A lot of the stadiums are hours away. Whereas the Cactus League in Arizona, a lot of them are within, what did you say, John, 45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, they're all like around the Phoenix area and the surrounding areas as you go away from Phoenix. They're all pretty contained. And I also think the Arizona dry heat is also going to help the spread there. So that's like a couple of the reasons why they're looking at Arizona. So the plan is that they would have to keep the umpires, which are older and more susceptible to coronavirus, away from the players that can implement the electronic strike zone. That'll keep better social distance with the umpire. 7-inning doubleheaders so that they can try to play as many of the 162 games as possible. Regular use of on-field microphones by the players so that'll enhance the TV experience because the stadium, it won't be any energy in the stadium like there usually is with the fans. The players will sit in the empty seats in the stands 6 feet apart instead of the dugout. So they'll maintain social distance. So these, none of these are really set in stone yet, but they're under consideration, and Arizona seems to be. So some people say that this is tentative. Other people say it's either this or no season.
Right. Well,
or a shorter season later. But this is all subject to the medical people approving it.
Mary, were you in New York on 9/11?
No, I left a year before, but I got hired at the World Trade Center. They like a year before, and I said no to the job because I didn't like my boss.
Oh wow! And so Jeff, you were here, right, Jeff?
Yes, I was going to work from Long Island with my ex-girlfriend, and I was told by my sister on the phone, maybe in the morning, I forget what time it happened. I think it was the morning, right? Late morning, not to go into the city.
Yeah.
And the next day I went in because I used to manage the stand-up New York Comedy Club office. So I went into work the next day.
Thank you. Yep.
And I smelt all of the smoke and the plastic, and it was hazy. So I was a day after 9/11.
So what I'm getting at is that for baseball fans, to have them play ball again was huge. To have something normal, some normalcy in our lives, and that's where I started the foundation. Is when I laughed at the firehouse, and I tell a story all the time, so I apologize for repeating it. For the first time, when I laughed, the first thing you said was, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't be doing that." We lost 19 guys in the house, and then it was like, "Wow, that felt good," And just like when Saturday Night Live came back on the air, these were things that gave people a feeling of, "Hey, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this." It's not. We understand that this virus is killing people, but to have baseball being played for a large part of the population who loves baseball, it's going to be normal. It's going to feel like, oh, we have some normalcy back. And I think it's important, even if it is in empty stadiums.
John, we are going to get through this. A lot of comics, especially, are posting doomsday scenarios online. And God forbid you say that things will be okay. We can get back to work responsibly like they are in China. They aim every day. I work as a sub teacher in New York City. We have enrichment centers open. As soon as you walk into the building, you're hit with one of these temperature guns. Every day, my temperature is good. So we can get back to work like in China, like in the Czech Republic, wear masks, keep your distancing. If we continue to keep people unemployed, we're talking mass chaos. The economy will collapse, and then everyone's going to need a shotgun. All right? How's that for a doomsday scenario?
Well, that's not dooms and gloom. I'm glad you brought us up, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks. But I'll bring us up. So I have to say, John, now I'm originally from Boston. I am a Sox fan, but when I lived in New York, I was a Mets fan. I was not a Yankees fan. Oh, he just left.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're aware, but John is a Met fan.
No, I know. I'm saying, but I was a Mets fan.
I'm kidding you. We went to spring training together. I can't believe that was, 6 weeks ago? We were in Florida having a ball. And he has everything. He wears the socks, he wears the shoes, he wears the shirt,
But don't you think once they start playing again, even if it's limited, that it's going to bring people together? I mean, when you have Mets fans together, Yankees fans, Sox fans, when we're all, even if it's limited.
Well, what was pretty cool is how much do New Yorkers hate Boston teams, right? How much do they hate the football team, the
Patriots,
the New England Patriots?
Yes.
And what happened the other day? The owner of the Patriots flew a huge plane with N95 masks into JFK or LaGuardia.
Yes.
When you have stuff like this, we're all one.
Yeah.
We're all
I agree.
one. And let's get back to hating each other with sports. Then we know stuff is normal again. True though, right? True.
Does Boston hate us more? I mean, I don't know of any New Yorkers that hate Boston teams.
Well, we're better than them. That's why they hate us.
They hate us. I don't hate Boston. I love Boston.
Hey, Bobby.
I do too. Great clam chowder.
Where are we at, Bobby?
Yeah,
You can wrap it up whenever you want. You want to take a couple more minutes?
I was, John.
Citi Field is a lot nicer to watch a game than Yankee Stadium. That's what I hear from the Yankee fans.
Correct.
And I know where all the food is. I tell all the fans from the other teams, oh, you want Greek? International Cafe down the first base line. Oh, you're looking for pizza? Center Field. I tell all the fans where the best food is.
Listen, our sponsors, MCM Duck Cleaning, Life Vac, Barish and McGeary, 3 large sponsors for Saturday night show and for our regular show. We've raised over $5,500 so far. Bobby, can we close with the commercials?
Sure can. Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you, John.
Jeff, appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Just keep your distance. Wash your hands. Stay safe.
Take care. See you, John, Mary.
Good night.
Bye, Dad.
Thank you.
Every once in a while, I come across a product I have to tell people about. LifeVac is one of them. Now, each year, 5,000 people choke to death. LifeVac can stop these senseless tragedies. It's so easy to use. You simply place, push, and pull. You'll never regret having a LifeVac. Please visit lifevac.net today to protect you and your loved ones.
Jack, put your phone away. We're having dinner.
Hey, guys.
Hi, how you doing?
What can I get you?
You guys want appetizers?
For some reason, I just got a craving for smoked meat.
Well, you ordered something already. The menu hasn't changed. You looked at it 3 times.
I don't know what I want yet.
I wanted chicken, but I think it's blackened, so I'll have a burger.
How'd you like that cooked?
Medium.
Do you have any specials?
Specials? Boss, what are specials?
What's the matter? You don't know the specials?
Look at this smoke.
What smoke?
We gotta get these dumps clean.
Nah, they're fine.
You know what? We're just gonna take our order to go, okay?
In business since 2003, MCN Duct Cleaning is the result of many years of research and continuing education. Realizing the need to provide a safer and cleaner environment for families on Long Island, MCN services both residential and commercial properties by cleaning dryer vents, fireplaces, HVAC systems, and so much more. This not only improves air quality, but it could also reduce your energy bills by making things run more efficiently. So, if you want to make your house or business safer and cut down on your bills in the process, give our friend Matt over at MCN a call now.
Is that steak well done?
Maybe call a little bit sooner than these guys did.